Mr. Snow, why do you hate the weeaboos so? Well, in short, their tears give me power. If you want a more in-depth answer, I'd say it's because they will forsake any sense of quality or artistic integrity of a product so long as it comes from Japan. Case in point, Bleach. So, full disclosure, went into this game completely biased. Especially watching the trailer and seeing the lead character fighting a boss whose only discernible hitbox was her massive boobs. I was like, anime game with a female lead? Oh, this is the lowest common denominator hipster gaming right here. I mean, come on folks, how many of these types of games float around on Steam? How many curator groups are dedicated solely to anime games and fangasming over wide eyes and cat girls? If you take a side-by-side comparison to numerous other anime games on Steam, this game doesn't stand out in the least bit and looks like a completely forgettable experience. However, this facade threw its mask off almost immediately and immersed me into a fantastic platformer that I'd argue is one of the best I've ever played. The game has us starting out in a serene field doing some light platforming to get us acquainted with the controls. Soon enough, we have our first boss fight against a giant centipede, which is a fantastic introductory boss. The only hitbox and hurtbox of the centipede is its head, so while the player is growing accustomed to the attacking mechanics which inch you slightly in the forward direction, you aren't punished. This allows players to button mash on reflex and not get hurt while they realize, oh, there's a pace to these attacks and I'm open to get hurt if I miss. Not before long, we come to find out what our goal is. The queen is a bitch and we gotta do something about her. Alright, I'm on board. But oh, you can't get to the queen until you find the 4 crests to open the gate. No problem. All of this is told to the player pretty quickly and early on. Soon as you find out about the crests, the game more or less says, okay, we've told you what to do, go have fun. So then we're off on our merry Easter egg hunt through a maze of zones, much like a 2D Metroid title. Though not entirely. I would definitely consider it a Metroidvania. It most certainly has the aspects and elements of the game mechanics, but the map is shallow in comparison. But then I'm not under the impression big sprawling 2D funhouse was the intention. Continuing on with the exploration and Metroidvania aspects of the game, there are several little upgrades and collectibles to compulsively go after. There are these little ivory bugs to collect and give to Bugs Bunny in the Haunted Meadow area. Couldn't tell you what happens when you collect them all, though. I'm insane, but I'm not so insane to swipe at every wall and jump every square centimeter of empty space looking for an invisible platform. I also found a couple of random bow and arrow upgrades. Rarely had occasion to use the bow and arrow outside of 1 or 2 boss fights, but it's nice to have. Finally, there's the extremely welcome health upgrades. And let me restate this. Extremely welcome health upgrades. There comes a point towards the end of the game where the enemies will hack off damn near half a life bar, so if you never got a single one, you would die in one hit. This is perhaps the reason the second to last zone practically gives you health upgrades, though this does offer a terrific personal challenge of going through the game with no extra health. A little something for the particularly masochistic among us. It wasn't all glitter and sparkles, for there is nothing in this world that can be perfect. First and foremost, all the shaky cam got nauseating at times. Want to charge your arrow? And shaky cam. Dodge some falling rocks, and shaky cam. Boss battle throws a crazy move, and shaky cam. This is especially heinous because you may charge your bow quite often, and these bosses and choke points with shaky cams are fairly difficult and will require repeat attempts. Also, and please developers help me out here, there comes a point where I kill the titty boss and I end up as a cat in a cage. I looked around and couldn't find any real explanation to this. There's an item shortly after to let me control the transformation. It kinda seems like a lapse in the bad guy's judgment to give me a power, then place me somewhere to take full advantage of it. Anyway, before I talk about this last part, I want to throw up a spoiler alert. So, the ending throws a bit of a curveball. Now, I imagine it's something of a multiple ending setup because I beat the final boss and I got an ending saying I done goofed and the world continues to go the way of Silent Hills. I went ahead and spoiled things for myself, and indeed, there is a true ending that apparently I need to get the upgraded leaf for. How the hell was I supposed to know to do that? That kind of came out of left field there. Fortunately, there is a warp point right outside the final boss area, so you can look it up and backtrack fairly quickly. But even still, I cannot help but recommend this game. God damn it, Bombservice, how dare you make such a great game? But no, seriously, I am pleasantly surprised with this one. This is the kind of game I like to play. A carefully crafted, meticulously designed, finely polished product. It's definitely a contender for my top 5 of the year. Pick this one up and enjoy it, folks.